The word legend is thrown around way too much, in my opinion, nowadays, but on November 12th, 2018, we lost a true legend. Stan Lee was, without a doubt, my hero. And the funny thing is, I only knew about his existence for about 5 years on my 14 years life, as of right now. And Stan was an interesting celebrity to me. He's not someone that I'm always keeping up with, and it's not like that kind of personal connection you feel with a celebrity when you idolize them. Right now, my current example would be Casey Neistat. He is a huge hero or inspiration of mine. So it wasn't never that kind of connection where I'm always keeping up with him, always wanted to know the latest news on Stan Lee. But nonetheless, his passing has certainly affected me. Now, it doesn't affect you as much when the guy is 95 years old. He lived as much as a thorough and complete and purposeful life as you can get, but nonetheless, it's something that I want to talk about. So I posted a little Instagram thing, picture of him and a little caption, but that didn't do justice, and I wasn't going to make this video just because I feel every time a celebrity passes away, everybody's just that quick to like put their tweet out and then they're posting their next Instagram story about how fabulous their life is, and that's not what I wanted to do. I was actually thankful enough to not meet him, but see him with my own 2 eyes. Here's a little clip of that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Max Anderson and Stan.
Yeah, Comic-Con 2017. I got to see him, and my one regret with that, well, 2 regrets, is I wish he could have signed something. I'll be right back. I went to CVS and actually printed out this, just a little canvas, my hopes that he would sign this, but little did I know how intense Comic-Con security could be sometimes, and how intense fans could be at Comic-Con. I tried to rush up to the front to get his attention, but by that time, like 20 people were getting him out of the auditorium, and about like 100 fans were trying to trample me, so no luck there. But my second regret is that I had the opportunity to wait, just like sit there in the auditorium and wait until his panel started, and of course now I wish I did. And if I waited there, I would have got a much better view of him, and probably got to ask him a question. I was gonna get up, but in the line, almost went out the door to ask him a question. So, a little regrets there, but still, just incredibly thankful that I got to see him. Wish I could have shook his hand. But the reason Stan was such a hero to me is because he created this. Not a company, not a group of people at a big circle meeting. It was him. It was him and Jack Kirby, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Yeah, yes, Jack Kirby. Him and Jack Kirby. That was them. 2 people, a lot of it Jack, a lot of it Stan. They created this. And listen, if you idolize any of these people I'm about to say, that's fine. You idolize whoever you want. But Taylor Swift, let's take her for example. It's her and about 100 other people. And that's her music. And it brings joy to many people. I would be lying if I said I haven't been bopping my head to her songs. But, Stan, it's like him. It was him, his imagination, his writing, and look at where we are now. His writing and ideas, along with Jack Kirby's, made a $1 billion movie. That's crazy. And also his story is as American as it can get, like the American dream. Started off from really not much, and like I said, look where we are. Tried to introduce me to a child in this world who doesn't know who Spider-Man is, who doesn't know the Incredible Hulk, who doesn't know any of these, can't, and for like the 5th time, look where we are. And honestly, just reason I keep looking over there, in case you're wondering, is because I have a collection of Pops, and a lot of them are Marvel, and it's like crazy that it's so huge. That's incredible. And I was never in tears about this death, because honestly, it was predictable. You're 95. It's coming. It's coming and it came. I've never been worked up at celebrity deaths. I never cried at a celebrity death ever before. The closest I came to getting emotional over celebrity news wasn't even a death. It was the horrible news that John Lasseter, not so good of a person, last year during the whole Me Too movement. That was the first celebrity news that really impacted me, that someone I idolized for so long, who him, George Lucas, Stan Lee, did so much for me in my creative process. He just turned out to be kind of a horrible person behind the scenes. So that was the first time. And then celebrity death was Carrie Fisher, where impacted me. But this one shocked me how much it truly impacted me, especially since it's like I said at the beginning, it's not like I was keeping up with Stan Lee every day, and it's not like it was unexpected. In some ways, it almost, I can't even put into words. Like, the emotions of, like, it was gonna happen, I'm so happy what he did, but it's like, he's gone. A lot of emotions right there. To be honest, I'm not sure what this video was at the end of the day. It was me just talking to a camera and saying how much Stan Lee means to me, and I'm sure means an incredible amount to you. So Stan, if you're looking down to all those true believers from heaven, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for everything you have done. If you're new here, this is not the kind of videos you usually get. I usually try to be upbeat and comedic and happy and try to make an impact like Stan Lee. Really, at the end of the day, that's my goal. If someone said, I actually had to write a little paper about what I wanted to be when I grew up, and now looking back to it from today, I could have categorized it like, I want to be what Stan Lee was. Just someone who was creative and changed the world. Oh, sorry, not upbeat, obviously. You can probably figure out why, but just had to make this. Had to get off my chest and show my appreciation in some way, shape, or form. Oh, that's it. That's all I got to say. Excelsior.
Hi, heroes. This is Stan Lee coming at you. Just want you to know, Marvel has always been and always will be a reflection of the world right outside our window. That world may change and evolve, but the one thing that will never change is the way we tell our stories of heroism. Those stories have room for everyone, regardless of their race, gender, religion, or color of their skin. The only things we don't have room for are hatred, intolerance, and bigotry. That man next to you, he's your brother. That woman over there, she's your sister. And that kid walking by, hey, who knows? He may have the proportionate strength of a spider. We're all part of one big family, the human family, and we all come together in the body of Marvel. And you're part of that family. You're part of the Marvel universe that moves ever upward and onward to greater glory. In other words, Excelsior!